Hello, Jarrett Lau here with Profitable Properties Boston. Today's video, I'm going to be talking about the benefits of buying a multifamily property over a condo. Number one aspect is control. And what I mean that is that when you buy a multifamily, that's your responsibility, your ability, your choice to be able to fix things such as roofs, improve things, change gutters, change things like that. Sure, that expense falls 100% on you, but you can control that. Versus in condo associations, they typically have a board or a management company that will make these decisions for you. And when they make these decisions for you, they typically will go out and get the bids. Maybe they're not great bids, maybe they don't know what they're doing with things, right? And then they will ask you for money to be able to help pay for it, right? They're gonna control your expenses. They're gonna say, okay, your condo fees now need to go up. Really tough, right? They're not gonna be able to watch it to the same degree as you. In addition, you're gonna be able to have an understanding that if you do replace a roof, you might be able to have a bigger write-off for it, right? So you're gonna wanna talk to your tax CPA accountant of any of these capital improvements, repairs and renovations on how they can be written off on any type of expenses that you might have or income that you have going on in the building. So it's really important, but control is the number one thing when it comes to buying a multifamily property that you can be able to do. Now, as a real estate agent, we wanna be able to guide you on a multifamily on the different nuances of things that you have to go on because you are responsible for it, right? You might have to install common meters. So if you have a two-family, you have to have a public meter. It's a third meter. That's a process, right? We have the electricians, we have the experience to be able to help guide you through that. What's that cost, right? You might want to add laundry, right? You might have additional parking that you can add, right? You can add value to this property. When you buy a condo, typically the space that you have is all that you're going to get and all that you're going to be able to get. Whereas if you have a multifamily, you might build into attics, into basements, build storage, right? Add a curb cut, add driveways. Huge opportunity when it comes to these type of things. In addition, right, if you can afford it, right, it might be able to be obtained financing easier because sometimes what ends up happening is that in a condo building, one guy might own a ton of units and that may be the controlling person within the building itself, and that's really tough. Banks don't want to finance on that. They won't finance, at least conventionally, if one person owns over 10%. Whereas in a multifamily, they're gonna say, okay, here's your rents, here's your numbers, you control the whole thing, you own and make the decisions for the building. So that's really important as well. But like I said, the number one thing when it comes to buying multifamily properties over condos is the control of your expenses and the maintenance and everything else that occurs within it. So if you or anyone else you know is looking for an investment property specialist, real estate agent to help find you the right profitable property, please think of Jarrett Lau with Profitable Properties Boston.